Viewer discretion is advised.
Like getting some better gear.
What up, heel faction? Welcome back to heel shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz. That's Draven Grimes. We'll get to these gentlemen in just a minute, but tonight we lay Bill Gamble to rest. We're burning WWA to the ground, and you're gonna witness it right after this. All right, fellas, how you all doing? Draven, you want to introduce our guest here?
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen of HSP, I would like to introduce, well, y'all already know one of these motherfuckers. Me and him went round and round and round and round back in, what was it, September? Yeah, September. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Billy Sharp.
How y'all doing?
Yeah. And as for our next one, ladies and gentlemen, this is another talent from WWA as well as New Wave. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dante Covelli.
Hello, everyone out in podcast land. Hope y'all doing well. Do some heel shit.
Nice. The monster in the closet needs fed.
Rar.
The monster in the closet. So, what have we come here to do today, fellas?
I was told there was going to be beer.
Yeah, where's the beer?
Yeah,
we were told beer.
I can't guarantee that.
God damn it.
I cannot guarantee beer.
How do you think I got them on here? It wasn't fucking cheeseburgers.
Sorry, guys.
Cheeseburgers and beer.
I got some watered down soda.
You got some vodka?
Somewhere around here.
Okay, well, that works too.
Pizza.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, so on a legitimate note, ladies and gentlemen, as everybody knows, back in early December, we had a show in Samson, Alabama for WWA. Now, unfortunately, due to some financial issues between Dark Cordz and myself, as well as our third, the Rican Ripper, Rip Ruiz, being hospitalized with full-blown pneumonia, we were unable to make that trip. And, well, we jumped on the group chat and we was telling the promoter about it, which his name is Bill. Bill Gamble. So, Bill, I know you're going to be listening to this very soon. So, number one, fuck you. Number two, we explained the whole situation in great detail. And these two gentlemen are witnesses to these messages, as well as I got them pulled up right here for later on. And he was very understanding. He made it very clear that he understood, and things come up that we just can't control. And he wished us all the best, and we would see him in February. Now, we thought everything was good, but the past couple weeks, some shit has come up. Some shit has been told to us, and some shit has come to light from that motherfucker's very mouth. And we just can't let that shit stand. For anybody that is going to work for him in the future, they need to know exactly who this motherfucker really is and how he really operates. Dark, am I pretty clear on that?
Yeah, and then we're just going to bury this motherfucker. All right.
Well, you're going to bury this motherfucker. I have facts.
Oh, we got facts. We're going to bury him with facts. But facts. All right.
So let's go back to the day we've had to make the call. Now, Billy, you were on the group chat. You heard these messages. Dante, you were also on the group chat. You heard these messages. Now, when I jumped on there and I laid it all out, it was like a 2-3 minute voice message. And I went into great detail about what was going on between Dark's financial issues, me not being able to cover the both of us, and obviously Rip, thank God he's out, was currently in the hospital and he was not getting released. And, Bill came up and said, everything's good. He completely understands. There's no ill will. And we'll figure something out for the February show. And of course, we went around fucking jerking each other off about we're so sorry, blah, 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 blah. Now, some shit's come to light, and some shit was said at that show. And I believe Billy is the one that brought it to my attention before a couple of other guys that were at that show brought it to my attention. So, Billy, do you want to fill in exactly what was said in your words the night of the show of us unfortunately not being able to show up to the show?
What he told me was, I guess $60 a piece wasn't good enough for them to come up here to defend their titles. So at the next show, we're going to take it off of them. He never really said hard way, but he did say his way, and his way consisted of 6-on-2. That sounds like the hard way to me.
I agree.
Sounds like it.
Now, hey, Dark, real quick before we get any further, have you released the live stream links? Because I have people still wanting to know.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'll just put the Twitch one in on Facebook.
The Twitch one and the Rumble one, just put it on the Hill Shit Pod, and I'll send them out as needed. Now, let me ask you this, Billy. A 6-on-2 situation. Obviously, that's going to mean Dante and Gary.
Yeah, let's set the stage here. Dante and his tag team partner Gary were who we were going to face. Who we were going to face on December 2nd. Now, let me just be clear about something. It was never about how much we were going to get paid. Hell, the first time we went up there, we would have done it for free. I usually get paid on the 1st. Saturday was the 2nd, and my company fucked up, and I didn't get my paycheck on the 1st. So that was the reason why we couldn't come up there. It wasn't because he wasn't giving us enough money. It was like literally we wouldn't have gotten there. You know, we had nothing to get there with. So, I mean, maybe he would have preferred we got stuck on the way. I don't fucking know. But either way, continue.
Trying to get links sent out. So as Billy said, that was going to be a 6-on-2 situation. Obviously, that was going to mean Gary and Dante, which in my heart of hearts, I truly believe that they would have done business correctly and not fucking partake in that kind of shit and try to hard way anything.
Of course.
But
yeah, and speaking
Billy,
personally on... Go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead and say your piece.
I was going to say, no, just speaking on myself, and I think Gary would be okay with me speaking on his behalf. It's all we ever try to do wherever we go is do business. And that's really it'll be the common theme of everything we talk about tonight is that just to lay it all out right off the bat, I fly down from New York every show that I can make. I try to make most that I can. And, you know, I've never asked for money, never asked for shit, just wanted an opportunity and, you know, to work with new people. And I think we were getting that opportunity. I was really excited to look forward to working with you guys. Still hope to definitely do that sometime in the very near future.
Absolutely.
But
yes, that's not out of the way yet.
Yeah, but that's pretty much just that. Is that you know, we tried to do what we could to kind of get the shows running as smoothly as possible. At the end of the day, just wanted to be there and wrestle. And I'm not there to do shady business. I'm not there to do business on behalf of anybody to settle any personal issues. Just want to go out there and have a good match and send the fans home happy and entertained and getting their money's worth. That's really what it comes down to.
100%.
Right. Now, Dante, did you hear?
Honestly,
Go ahead, Billy.
And honestly, looking at it now, WWA would have shut down in February anyway because of that. Nobody in the locker room would have did that.
Hold on, Billy. Hold on, Billy. Your audio is crazy right now.
Yeah, your audio kind of kicked out pretty bad.
Sorry, my finger was probably over the mic.
Okay. We work with top of the line shit here, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not good at it.
Thank you, Billy, for bringing some levity to this shit.
Yeah.
Unintentional comedy is the best comedy. All right.
Very true.
I agree.
Anyway,
I
as you were
agree.
saying,
But I don't think nobody in the damn locker room would have done business like
Well,
that
stop.
anyway.
You said we lost you right when you said we were going to shut down come February anyway.
Yeah, because they wouldn't. Everybody in the locker room would have seen exactly how Bill Gamble was that night.
So
At that time, when he said, "Hey, I need y'all to go get the belts off Draven Grimes and Dark Cordz," and I don't think nobody would have been like, "No, I mean, yeah, let's do that." I don't think nobody would have been rooting to do business like that.
yeah,
No,
no.
not that locker room, because I feel that we've had a really good relationship with everybody in that locker room.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed the locker room. Like that's the thing that upsets me so much is that, and you can listen to this show the day before we learned this shit. And I'm sitting
Actually,
here
last week.
I'm
Last week's episode.
I'm sitting here
and you're
praising
boosting this
WWA. I'm like, I enjoy going up there. The locker room's great. I appreciate Bill, doing this and trusting us and all this. And then the next fucking day, I hear this bullshit. And
Yeah,
it's
the next
like
day, everything comes to light.
the next day, if I was in the same room with him, I would have ripped his throat out. Like,
Oh, it's still the same. I'm still not. I'm not over it yet, man.
no, I mean,
Now,
like the cutoff
done
between then and yeah.
Yeah, well, I know you've only been doing this for about 3-4 years. I've been doing this going on 15 years. And in 15 years, I've worked for some shady bookers and shady promoters, but never once have I ever worked with somebody that was that fucking petty over us missing one show. And mind you, I've only ever missed 3 shows in 15 years due to shit outside of my control.
Right.
Like I've missed weddings, I've missed birthday parties, I've missed all kinds of shit to go work shows.
Yep.
And if it's something that I can't fucking control, then obviously, something's telling me not to go. Now, going back to Dante. Dante, did you hear anything said as far as Bill talking shit or Bill saying he was going to hard way us out of the titles or anything like that?
All right, one
It was
second.
never brought.
Before we go there, we want our minute with Minor.
Oh, fuck. Oh, we had the minute. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the daughter of the legendary Dark Cordz. This is Minor Cordz, and we do this
Did you hear that?
every great once in a while where we do a
ears
minute
just
with
popped
Minor
up
where
through
she
'em.
gives us her teenage knowledge.
Okay, what do you got for us tonight, babe? You got to come prepared with something.
I
People are watching. I can't be sitting
I
here.
thought of something earlier, but anyways, one time I got electrocuted, and you know how like in in movies, like when they get electrocuted, their body is like it spasms. Yeah, I was plugging in my phone one time, and I didn't think it was real. I thought it was just like something in movies, and I plugged it in, and my arm was like.
Thank you, baby. Now hit the road. Love you. I swear to
How do I
God.
top that? No, but I'll let Dom go. But
No, you were.
basically,
I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I was just thinking. So, yeah, it was never brought to my attention, at least at the show, because from what we knew, I believe we're on our way to the show when we found out, and I'd let Gary know that you guys said you weren't going to be able to make it, and we had no issues with it. Like, and I guess that's the thing with shows down there is that you really expect the card to be subject to change because, especially in a locker room with such a small amount of people or just enough amount of people where if we miss one, the whole thing goes awry. We understand.
Right.
Shit comes up. Life happens, man. And I mean, it was never an issue for us. It was never any ill will toward you guys or any personal feelings like, oh, these motherfuckers, they couldn't be at this show. So, yeah, no, it was never brought to our attention or anything was said in that regard. So to hear that was definitely kind of shocking because.
Did he say anything to you guys directly?
No, like we never even. I don't even think we had time to really follow up about a rematch. Like we had that meeting before the show, just talking about the things that had gone on at the show previous, which I'm sure is a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But everything seemed good. There was no real issues. It was just kind of like, when we can get this match to happen, we'll let it happen. But clearly what was said was not the same as what was said behind everybody's back. So I have no idea.
Sure.
Right.
Well, before we get too...
I need liquid courage. Sorry, guys.
Before we get too much further, I want to play some of these voice messages just to prove that we're not blowing smoke up anyone's ass. Now, remember, we have to get to Samson and back is a 5-hour each way drive and a hotel stay. So $60 a piece doesn't even cut anything.
It covers the gas.
Yeah, it covers the gas.
Basically.
So it's not like we were going up there to make money.
No, we came out of pocket every trip.
So, all right, I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna play kind of snippets of these. Draven, like I said, the first one is gonna be you telling him that we're not gonna be able to make it. The second one is going to be him telling us that it's okay and to not worry about it. And then third, I'm gonna play the voice message of him saying he was going to take it off of a 6-on-2. All right.
Okay. Well, I don't have the 3-minute audio of me telling him everything. I went ahead and made that very clear at the beginning of the podcast what was said. So the first snippet is going to be him.
Well, I have what you said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The first one's going to be him retorting to what I said.
No, I have the first one you said.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
you go ahead and play that.
It's the second message. The first message is the video, and then the second message, that's the one that you telling him. All right. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and play this now. I'm gonna mute you, Draven. I'm gonna mute you in case you want to do it on your end.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and play it for these fine gentlemen.
All right.
Some financial issues that came up. Good morning, everyone. I hate to be this guy, but unfortunately, due to Rip's health, and B, due to some financial issues that came up this morning between Dark and myself, we will be unable to make the trip and make the booking for tomorrow night. I'd like to apologize for all three of us on this. I know it's not ideal at all, and we've tried every which way to try to get it figured out with the financials. We've been fighting this all morning, but unfortunately, some of us were not compensated for our jobs and did not get paid. So, unfortunately, we're just going to have to cancel our appearances for December 2nd. Now, I completely understand if that means you want to strip the titles of us, and if that's the case, I will be more than happy to get them to you. But if not, I understand.
Yeah, something that we failed to mention is that Draven offered to give up the titles. It was like we weren't looking to gain anything from missing this show. Like, we expected some kind of professional repercussion. All right, I'll get going.
We can regroup for the February show, and we can make something of that. Just unfortunately this time, between, like I said, Rip's health, because he's currently in the hospital with pneumonia, and Dark and I's dealing with some current financial issues due to employments, that it's just not in the cards for us to make it out. So again, I apologize. Let us know what to do in the future. If you would like us to come back, that's great. We love it. We appreciate it. We love you guys. But if you feel we're not dependable and we need to send the tag belts back, we also understand. Just let us know. And again, I can sincerely apologize. We've tried to figure it out from every angle, and the money's not there. And if the money's not there, the money's not there, and there's unfortunately nothing we can do about it.
All right, so that was Draven telling them that we couldn't make it. Now, this next message is Bill Gamble's response telling us it's okay. Am I going to play this whole fucking thing because he's an old bumpkin from Alabama and he takes 15 minutes to say one sentence? So, yeah, we're just going to play the first minute or so.
I'm from Alabama, too.
You ain't old and you can speak. Shut up over there. Hold on, Draven.
Motherfucker.
What were you saying?
I said, when we get done listening to Bill's response of my first message, I have somebody else from the locker room that was talking to Bill about it, and he brought me some very interesting details. Okay. So once we listen to that, I'll jump in on this part.
Okay. I'll mute you again.
Go ahead.
In the name of Jesus, everybody get the healing by the end of this week, and that we're all...
All we can do is wish him all the best, and
talking about Rip being in the hospital for pneumonia.
A couple of people know what I've been going through. I haven't been able to do a whole lot. Just very few people do know. And I understand completely. I really, really do. And we shall see you in February. But we'll get together and work something up between now and then to make it big.
All right. So that was Bill's response to us. I went ahead and played the entire thing. Because he didn't get us fucking long-winded that time. So, Draven, go ahead and tell us what you were going to say.
Okay. So, as we're streaming this, a lot of the members of the locker room from that show are actually watching this tonight and are chiming in. And one of them just sitting this in. I'm not going to put his name out unless he wants me to. If he wants to, great. Message me. I'll do it. But he sent me this. He said that y'all put a way too high of a price for y'all to come out and was just straight bad-mouthing us. He also said y'all are bullshitting the whole thing and that y'all sounded like y'all were together in the same room and y'all sound like a bunch of fucking liars, quote unquote. And how y'all were nothing but a few pieces of shits who only wanted the money and would take it out of that baby's pocket, meaning Maddie. Now, let me be clear about this. From show one, and Billy, you can attest to this because you were in the talks. Did I ever give a fucking number about how much I charged to come up there?
No, your exact words was, "Pay me what you think I'm worth."
Yes, or what you think is fair, and that's what I tell pretty much any promoter. You know, I send you my work, you look at it, you tell me what you think I'm worth, and that's how we do it. I don't put a set number on me because I'm not looking to make any fucking money out of this. Like, as long as it covers my fucking gas there and home and maybe a fucking Twix bar and a Coca-Cola, I'm fucking fine. I'm not in this to try to make a fucking profit. Now, the thing that's pissing me off is the fact that he brought that fucking child into this shit. Now, when Billy first approached me about Maddie and her condition, it sparked something in me because, you know, we all have children. I can't really attest to Dante. Dante, do you have kids? No?
I do not, but I
Dante's 13 years old.
Oh, shit. That's how cops at.
What am I doing here? No, but I mean, but in the same vein, like, you know, I babysat kids. I have 3 siblings of my own, 2 younger sisters. Like, I love and care for kids, and you know, obviously want to see what's best for them, especially one thing in the condition of Maddie. But go ahead.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And Maddie has gone through quite an ordeal in her life. Like she fights more than any of us fucking combined daily. She is a true fucking warrior. And I will say that to any and everybody. And for him to say that we're taking money out of her pocket, that's a straight fucking insult, my guys. Number one.
That's about as disrespectful as you can fucking get.
Number one,
100%.
if you would have told me that we're not getting paid for this show, and I knew it was a benefit show, if you would have told me I wasn't getting paid for it, I was fucking fine with that anyway. Because I knew where the fucking money was going from the door, straight to her and her family, who needs it a whole lot worse than we do. And you want to sit there and you want to badmouth us to other talent that, oh, by the way, it was Jeremiah, you know, the little fucker we made tap out a few months back. One of those fellas.
I figured it was either him or his pappy.
Yeah, Johnny's been pretty neutral in this, and I don't blame him.
I respect
You know,
it.
we all have our areas that we want to stand on.
He's been neutral, and I'm good because he hasn't been defending Bill's actions. He just hasn't been weighing in one way or the other.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yep.
But the moment you're sitting there and you're telling us that we're taking money out of this kid's pocket, those are fighting words. There's no other way to put it. You want to badmouth us for not being able to make a show, and you're not going to pay us, but yet we're taking money out of her pockets. Someone explain this part to me. If we weren't getting paid either way, then how are we going to fucking take money?
Before it comes out, because I know I got screenshotted, and I know when this goes up, he's going to put it out. When I first heard that he was going to have us taken out the hard way, I admit I sent him a message, and I said, "Fuck her, fuck that kid for the better." You know, I was just so pissed. So if he puts it out there, that's fine. I admit it. So just go on.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Dark. I read that shit, but in my mind, I'm like, that's not what he's trying to say.
Right.
Because I knew how pissed off you was.
Yeah.
And I also noticed that he dipped out of that one damn chat.
The moment he said his piece.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah, like as soon as it said seen by Bill, fucking blocked. He fucking jumped out and he blocked the shit.
Gone.
I didn't even get to say one word to him, and I don't know if I even would have, but I didn't even get to say one word to him before him and his wife blocked me, and I'm sure we'll get to his wife very shortly.
Oh, hell, why don't we just go ahead and get that right now?
Well, to stay on track really quickly, though.
Yeah, let's stay on Bill for a while.
My thing I'll have to say about pay, and I mean, I'm not trying to act like I'm the one who's most entitled to it or anything like that, but you're talking since September of 2022, thousands of dollars that I spent to travel, come down and work there. And it's not like he was necessarily asking me to. I'll fully admit, the people that introduced me to Bill and to WWA, they wanted another tag team to work, and they wanted to beef up the tag team division. And at the time, there wasn't a lot of stuff happening up here in New York, so I was looking for an opportunity. And I will say I appreciate Bill for giving that to me, but there comes a piece of it where it's not really about the opportunity. It's about, having the platform to expand and grow. And I feel like in every instance we were stifled trying to do that. And when it comes to the money piece of it, I never asked for a single cent from that man, knowing the thousands of dollars I was spending between food to stay down there, because I would travel to Florida. We'd meet Garrison. We'd drive for the weekend. He'd drive me back to the airport. I'd fly back and then have a 3-hour drive home from the airport. But we were told in December of last year that going forward in 2023, a lot of the shows that he was going to be running were going to be for charity. And that while he wasn't going to be able to pay us with the profits he made from the shows, he was hoping to get some money that he could give us to be able to donate back into the charity. That way, come the end of the year, we could put that into taxes and at least try to make some money that way. Or at least, have a maybe a write-off for whatever we would need it for.
Mm.
And I can say from the probably at least 9 shows that I worked last year when he ran once or twice a month, we never saw a single cent of any sort of charity money to put into any of that. And again, it's not about the money. I don't necessarily care about that, but don't tell us something. Don't tell us you're going to do something to be able to benefit for us and then fucking not doing a damn thing. Like, I'm perfectly fine with helping people out. I'm perfectly fine with doing charity. I would never want to see myself getting money over somebody who actually truly needs it. But
yes,
and that's to your point. Like, I know you would never have asked for anything if you knew that it was taken away from Maddie.
Fuck no.
Obviously. And like the fact that that even gets brought up has got me pissed off now because this is my first time hearing it. But basically, to cap it off, yeah, there was never a time where I ever asked him for anything. I ever asked to get paid more than he offered me. I won't say he never paid me. There were a couple times he did, and I appreciate that. But it was very early on. And just in general, like, there were times where we were having shows, and I don't think he could have told me what charity we were raising money for. There was obviously quite a few, and I won't name names of the families out of respect for them. But obviously, Maddie was a big one that we did last year. And then just other accidents and stuff that had happened that Bill was trying to help out. But I will say the majority of the shows that year, I don't think any sort of charity or any sort of cause that we were raising the money for had ever come up. So what's his excuse then for not paying the guys that he did offer money to?
Right.
Yeah.
Can I say
See,
something?
I didn't know
real quick?
we hadn't heard anything about the new business model or anything. Like
And that was before you guys, I believe, had gotten there, because I mean,
yeah, he said this was at the end of 22 going into 23.
Yeah, this was December of 22 because we started in September of 22, Gary and I, and so this was December of 22 at the end of the year. They pulled a handful of us aside. I can't even say he pulled all of us aside, but he pulled a handful of us aside and said that was his direction and that was what he was planning on for 2023, to get people paid and still be able to give back at the same time, which I thought was nice. It just didn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I never got 1 penny from him.
Wait. Out of everything you've done for that company, as much as the promoting, as much as pushing WWA, you never got a cent?
Never got paid. Never.
Not for working matches, nothing.
Not the commercials, not the matches, not the talk show, nothing.
Not to mention how many times your wife went out of her way to go spend money to up our production value.
Yeah, not even the VIP section. Me and her paid for that.
Right. Yeah. That was mainly what I was referring to, because there was a storyline we did where Gary and I got suspended because we both weren't able to make a show, and we were the heels. So we figured, why not have a story where we're suspended and we're watching from a VIP table that Billy paid for or set up for to be able to sneak our way back into the action. And we did it for one show, and it was great. And then they wanted to keep doing it every time after that. And Crystal, bless her heart, and your kids went out of the way to go before every show, grab some new stuff to up the ante every show and make it more and more presentable and entertaining. So, first of all, I appreciate her very much for that. And second of all, yeah, never reimbursed for anything like that, I'd imagine.
Nope.
No, I was just informed by Jeremiah and Big Johnny that his excuse for not being able to pay anybody was because he was consistently only ever breaking even, or he was always in the negative. Johnny and Jeremiah never got paid a cent either.
Well, I could do a whole nother hour talking about how that guy needed to absolutely promote the shit out of his shows and actually let people know that there was a show going on, and possibly in a town that wasn't populated by only 2,000 people.
Well, even in a town that's only has a small amount like that, if you do the proper promoting, you could fill the fucking building up.
Well, exactly.
It's been done. I've done it.
Yeah.
Dart's done it. I mean, he's done promoting. I've done booking. It's not that hard. And with the guys like Billy, myself, Dark, Rip, Malachi, all of us putting in the promos and putting in the time and sharing the shit. I mean, I hate to say it, they're not looking on the social media for this stuff. We were doing that to push our own names. What needed to happen was somebody needed to be in that town every weekend, throwing flyers, shaking hands, and talking to fucking people. And that's something I believe was never done.
And I'll tell you his excuse for that was that obviously there are other rival promotions running in the area, and he was worried that as soon as they saw something of his for his show, they would just take them all down. So he didn't bother.
That's just being a pussy. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. Dark, how many times have you ran a show in Ocala, and in the same weekend, within 20 miles of you, there were 3 other fucking promotions?
Every time.
Every fucking time. Anytime we worked Palakin, I was doing the booking for that. Every show, there seemed to be another promotion in that area. But did it ever stop me from going out and doing the promoting? No.
Nope.
One of the promotions that we were up against, they had known because it was told to everybody that we were planning on running the first weekend of every month. And as soon as they split and as soon as they started running their own thing or taking control of their own thing over there, it was the same thing. Just, 10, 12 miles up the road, first show, or first weekend of their month.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's how, what a lot of promoters fail to see these days, especially the ones that run the shorter one or the smaller venues, is that this is a business and you need to treat it as a business. It's like The Price is Right. Whenever someone bets, $500 and you say 501, you're doing it because you want to make that profit over another company, but it's still a business. Don't take the shit personally. If you believe in your talent, show them. Promote the shit out of it. Do the fucking show. And if you make a fucking profit, great. If not, there's always next time.
And my first shows that I worked when I was just starting out back in 2019 was for my trainer who had made a name in Florida, but he's originally had been from New York and was back in New York at the time. And I can't tell you how many shows that we had made flyers for that ended up getting postponed or just downright never happening. I probably got some in my gear bag over there at the bottom of my bag. And I don't think I've ever had a flyer from a show up here that's ever actually happened. It's been postponed and whatever else. But still, you make the effort because you want to get eyes on your product. And
exactly.
No excuse for why that couldn't be done when he's running regularly and rarely ever cancels or postpones a show.
Correct. First off, you need to throw away those fucking flyers because I'm pretty sure they smell like fucking god-awful trash.
Probably.
Yeah, so take care of that when you get off of here tonight.
Matter of fact, we can probably find you one.
Oh, God. I can smell it already. Billy, you got anything you want to add to this?
Man, I could talk all day about that dickhead this motherfucker is, but
well, the best we still got the best part to come. So,
which is what?
Oh, that 4-minute long video of other talent either saying it was all right, they didn't have any issue with it, or the 42-second message from him basically saying we're going to get hard way out of this after stating everything was good. So, yeah, the best part's still to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to mention, we still got to deal with this little tag team title situation over here.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break. Hear a message from Castel Vodka and kind of get ready for round 2. Be back.
Ding ding.
Vodka, Castel. Indulge in the red revolution.
All right.
Oh, fuck, he's already back. God damn it.
It's just a quick break.
Damn it, Bobber.
I always think the Castel one's longer than that.
Nope, 15 seconds. Pow. Knock that bitch out.
Just real
Does,
quickly, if I may.
Does Zach say anything that we need to report on?
I'm reading it now.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Dundee.
Oh, but yeah, no, I was just saying, this is a poster from 2021 somewhere, I'm assuming New York. You can see AEW star Deonna Purrazzo, WWE star Carlito. I can't tell which way my finger's going in this camera.
It's
Chris Masters. Eugene's up here. Fucking Eugene was going to be on the show. The show was going to be huge. And Gary and I are somewhere in Carlito's afro over here. There's me, there's Gary. I mean, this show was going to be massive, and the shit got canceled. But we promoted the hell out of it until a few days beforehand because shit just wasn't in the cards.
You're all good, man. I get it. I've been a part of canceled shows many times. This is one of those things that happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. But it's one of those things where you can still sit back and be like, I fucking pushed the shit out of this. I tried to fucking put asses in seats. So
And my
don't
point, I
ever
guess,
be
saying
ashamed of that shit.
Yeah, because my point in saying that is just that's how you were trained, man. That's how we were trained from having our trainer not only as a wrestler but a promoter. Like you never ever just blow the show off advertisement wise until the day of. You have to promote it, you have to push it, whether you're a talent or you're running the fucking thing.
Yep, not wrong. I mean, if the company's good enough, you know, eventually you do build up a street team, and you have that team specifically to do the promoting and the footwork and the flyers and shit like that.
Exactly. I mean, there were 3 of us trainees at the time, including Gary and myself, and we were pretty much handling most of it because we were all from different areas of the state, and we'd go home from our trainings and we'd spread them across every town we could find in the area.
Yep.
Different paths.
That's correct. All right.
You know what pisses me off about the situation?
What's up?
I've talked everybody in the WWE locker room into fucking staying for this motherfucker. I've talked everybody into staying. I think except for Draven and Dark, rather.
Yeah, no, because we're always trying to help a promotion whenever we're in it.
I'm genuinely like, I've run into people like this before, and I'm genuinely curious as to what fucking makes that tick. Like, does he not think that we all talk to each other? We're all brothers in the locker room. Do you think that shit's not gonna get around to us? Like, what the fuck? Are you that fucking stupid?
No, I think he's just that much of a mark, if I'm being honest.
I said it to some people behind the scenes, but it is kind of funny. I said it seems like we're pretty much all just action figures, and we get brought out whenever there's a show, and we get put in the ring to do whatever he wants us to do, and then we fuck off for another month until we're back. And we come right back out of the toy box.
It's a pretty fair assessment.
Yeah.
Pretty fair. Now, let me ask you this. Was I a basic figure or an elite figure?
You were an elite figure with the box of Lucky Charms and the belt and everything. Yours was the top seller on the market. Hell yeah.
Billy. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about that in a little bit once I make that announcement. But remind me about the Lucky Charms, Dante, when I make an announcement.
Remind you about the Lucky Charms when you're making the announcement. I got you.
Yeah.
Just look at my leprechaun ass, you'll know.
Vince, I would be a leprechaun too if I didn't shave my head.
Yeah.
All
the
right.
carpet did match the drapes.
All right. So I'm gonna play the voice message of him saying he was gonna take us out. So
okay.
I want you to fucking hear this shit, everybody.
Kind of let's say not attitude adjustment, but not an embarrassment, but let's just say it's going to turn into 6-on-2 because they're going to make somebody mad. And then locker room faces are going to come out. And we'll go from there. I don't know how I want it done, but that's the way it's going to be done.
So yeah, there was the brilliant 80-year-old talking shit. Like, I'm sorry, but I mean, knowing what I know of you guys, obviously we don't do that to each other. But god damn it, that motherfucker, he better have sent 6 badass motherfuckers. All right, that's all I have to say about. I'm sorry. God.
Listen,
I would have gone Super Saiyan on all you motherfuckers.
Saiyajin. And I said this to Billy when he was telling me his piece. I said it's going to take you, Malachi, and at least 5 other motherfuckers actually beat my ass down because I'm fairly sure you two's the only ones that can legitimately fucking take me. And that's no disrespect towards anybody else in that locker room. But
I'll admit it. I am a tough guy.
Dante be like, nah, bro. I'm gonna wait.
Gary's got it.
Yeah, Gary be like,
if we ended up having
Gary's gonna be at a concession, be like, nah, I'll wait.
And in order for me to fight somebody, you got to put your hands on me in a violent way, for real, like a shoot.
Yeah,
that's the only way I'm fighting.
I want to know.
I ain't gonna fight because somebody said, "Hey, you better whip their ass," or however the hell he talks.
No, it'd be like
it would have been like.
This is how Bill would have said it. Bill would have been like, "Hold on, he's still buffering. He's working on Windows 98."
Go. I think you guys should go beat their ass.
Fucking idiot. That's about right. But let me ask you this. And I know a lot of guys in the locker room are watching tonight, so by all means, throw in the chat if you want to. If Bill would have told y'all to fucking jump, would y'all fucking jumped? And I'm not going to be pissed off one way or another. I just want to know honestly. If Bill told y'all to go shoot on us, would y'all shot? Because I just want to make this very clear. Dark, former black belt, mixed martial artist. Me, black belt, mixed martial artist, former military training. Y'all would have jumped on us. Somebody was going to get hurt legitimately. And like I brought up to Dark, what was it, Wednesday? I don't ever remember signing a waiver.
Right.
So if, we would have hurt somebody and like legitimately try to cripple them, there's no paperwork saying that, they're involved with their shit. Jack, you're a referee.
That's one thing that kind of gave me pause at the very beginning. I have never walked into a show to do a match and not immediately been told to sign a waiver. Never once at WWA. I didn't see anybody do waivers.
Yeah. And no matter what company I'm in, it's been some kind of paperwork.
I don't even know if what we signed was a waiver. It was almost more of like a half-assed contract guideline thing. Basically saying not to fight with each other and not to start any shit and to clear everything
Soul,
with him.
thank you for the bits, man. Go ahead, sorry.
But no, I was just saying, like, what we did sign was just this thrown together piece of garbage about not fighting in the locker room and not going places without discussing it with Bill or with whoever, and basically making sure that everybody stayed in line. But it was never a waiver of any kind. It was never, anything serious. It was not notarized. It was nothing like that. It was basically just a rule of thumb, guideline, handbook of, if you want to do something, basically let us know first. Which, leading to what this whole situation became, did we not? I don't think any of us just showed up at New Wave. I'm pretty sure we all asked.
Yeah, I wouldn't have fucking driven that far if I hadn't been booked.
Yeah. Right. Now, let me paint the picture for you. Imagine us and WWA was actually running in February, and we got there, and none of this shit was brought to us. And we were told that we're going to lose the titles. Okay, your company, whatever, we're going to make it fucking work, right? But then, mid-match, we start seeing random motherfuckers come out that wasn't fucking called for.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Somebody's going to get their ass beat. We're going into business for our fucking selves.
And as you should, because had the match even gone the way it was supposed to with you against the two of us, what would have happened was either we would have just told you guys, fuck it, we'll put you over anyway, because I don't do shit like that, or we would have at least informed you guys, they want you guys to drop the belts tonight, let's figure out a way to do this and make it where everybody looks, fine coming out of it, and we can at least have more time to talk about shit down the road and get this sorted out. There would never have been a chance of us going off script or doing anything shoot style to try to get you guys to surrender your fucking belts to us. Because
But here's the thing. I don't think he would have told anybody about the other 4.
Right. Yeah.
And at that point, we got to fucking defend all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Whether, it's Dante and Gary getting beat on, or if it's us getting beat on. Like, if we just see random people show up and start fucking shooting on us, we're going to fucking defend each other. That's just how it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we got wind of it beforehand, we would have still went to the ring, but we'd have called Bill's ass out right then and there in front of every fucking body. Straight fucking shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And let me be clear, I never go to a show unfucking armed. I have some sort of fucking weapon at all fucking times, whether it's a cordless hole puncher or it's a big ass fucking pipe. I fucking have something.
Or the guns.
Man, put that little 22 long rifle down.
Motherfucker, it's a Desert Eagle. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
maybe
about.
your left one, but that right one's a little 22.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Gun club, baby.
Oh, God.
Let's see what we got here. Just found out he tried to pay a ref that was in training 20 that Bill makes some money off the show. Yeah. He's a backstabbing piece of shit. Oh.
Remember, we signed something with basic standards and practices, as well as an agreement to use our likenesses and images for promotion. Yeah, we never had that.
That's what it was. Because that was.
Yeah. Well, first off,
I'll tell you exactly when that was. That was in, I think, either June or July. Because I don't really want to name names, especially because I think one of them's listening tonight. But we were told basically that the whole point of this was because there was tension rising in the locker room. We didn't want anybody fighting. Well, don't right after we fucking sign the shits, 2 people start fucking breaking out brawling before the show. And he's like, what did I just have you fucking sign?
Hell, you talking about Josh and Ty?
I wasn't going to say it, but okay, there you go, brother.
Look, I know Maddox don't give a fuck. Maddox will come on here and fucking say it his damn self if he could.
Yeah, I talked to Maddox yesterday.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah, I talk to Maddox all the fucking time. And, he's one of the ones that came to me and told me what the fuck Bill was saying after Billy came to me about some shit. And it was all just like, it almost seemed like everybody was waiting for us to fucking actually be okay with everything. And then, like, everybody piles the shit on us at one time. I'm not saying that's what happened. Maddox, I know you're listening. It's all good, brother. We got plans of our own as well. So, don't worry about that shit. My fucking issue is the fact that this motherfucker was running a promotion but could not fucking do business. That's my big fucking issue with him right now.
And that was where we came in a sense, because I know that there was pretty much a little team of just the wrestlers going there, having to put the card together, in some cases working 2-3 matches a night, and just trying to get something out there. And what really led to the change with everything was that when Bill was booking it for a while, when we first started out, a lot of the matches would end in a no contest or a DQ. Yep, DQ or something like that. And it got to the point where I could see the disinterest from the fans starting to swell. And it really came to a point where I noticed the crowd was the house was starting to go down show after show. And it was when Billy was world champion specifically, he would have defense after defense where he would keep getting defeated by DQ, but nobody would ever get a rematch. Nobody would ever, get their comeuppance on him. It's just on to the next defense, another DQ finish. And I think it was,
go ahead.
It was one that Gary and I had ran in to cause the DQ on Billy's behalf. And as we bailed back out the right side, what's that?
What's called?
I said that was Cole Bohannon.
Oh no, not even that one, because that was the first. That was the first match we had. This was some time in Samson. It was maybe even you versus Jeremiah or something. And I remember it was actually you versus Jeremiah, because I remember you hit him with the AA afterwards, and we were beating up Johnny on the outside. And I heard one of the fans yell, "It's the same thing every time. This guy never wins. He always cheats." And in a way, you can take that as kayfabe. You can say, okay, that's just them buying into the heelness of it. That's them, getting pissed off at the bad guy for cheating and doing the shit he does. But to me, I took it a lot more personally, because that's when I realized houses are going down and this is the same finish. It's the same match every single time. And
every time.
and it's only, happening in front of less and less people. So that was when we stepped in and said there needs to be a change, and you need to let us, at the very least, help you, if not just try to get shit going for you. And that's where we really kind of got heavily involved in the creative process and the just overall trying to get the show together. And this stems from anything between putting the card together to trying to figure out seating arrangements so that the arena or the venue doesn't look so fucking empty all the time.
Right.
Yep.
And he was always kind of the guy with the final say, but we never, if he didn't want something done, it wasn't going to fucking happen. Like, he would throw us a bone every once in a while on some things, but it was a huge chore trying to get shit done the way we wanted it to be done and the way that wrestling shows should be run.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I remember when I first was talking with Bill and was trying to get brought in, and he put me against Billy automatically. And when me and Billy started getting together, I believe the original finish was a double count out or some shit, and we were able to twist it and tweak it for him to actually lose and get that pop from that crowd, but for him to remain champion. That's when we did the whole mask versus crown kind of gimmick.
Yeah, that was the first
from there,
time
it just kept building and building, and I started seeing the fan reaction like, oh shit, this actually looks fucking legitimate. It actually looks fucking real. There's actually a guy that could probably beat Billy coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being out there. Go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish what you're saying.
Oh, I was saying, I remember being out there that night in Daleville because my girlfriend was running the camera. And I remember being out there with her and watching that match and just feeling the excitement from the crowd. That was a time where it did seem like it was turning around. Of course, it was a new area as well. We don't really run Daleville very often. And after that show, we weren't going to run it again because of whatever the hell happened that night.
Drama.
Yep. And that was drama with the venue. That wasn't even anything going on backstage. And I'll tell you why. That's what made it the most disappointing to me was that Daleville show, because Gary and I, when we started down there, our whole goal was we wanted to have a singles match with each other because Gary had never wrestled anywhere else but the one show, the first show we did in New York, which was a singles match against each other. And we were going down there to team, and we said, you know what? Why don't we build this to where we can get a singles match at some point? And we had a killer singles match to open the show.
Yep,
and
you did.
Very good match.
It was.
I was going to say, I was really proud of that match because I know a lot of times in Alabama, I'd be like, man, could have done better. Shit could have gone better. But I was really happy and proud of that match. And we were really hoping that Bill would at least say something just to let us know that he appreciated it. I'm not saying like I come back through the locker room curtain and he's, sucking our dick, kissing our feet. What a great match, you guys. You guys fucking killed it. But, at least like hey, good work out there, brother. Like appreciate you doing that for us because we put so much thought and so much effort into it. And it was after that show that I really started to realize, because the first thing I heard from him when we went back there was, oh, this fucking shit going on behind the fucking bar. This will be the last time we ever fucking come here, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So you didn't even see the match.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there behind the fucking curtain watching every fucking match. It's like not really wanting to critique, but like kind of see y'all style and see what, I have in store for me in the future.
Sure.
And I believe I was the first one to tell y'all had a great fucking match.
Yeah, and we actually
the
really
crowd was kind of dead, but the crowd's always dead on the curtain jerker. It's up to the first match to get them going.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why. And what's funny is Gary and I were just talking about this last night. What's funny is that everybody down there thinks that the opening match is like this death position. Like, oh man, working.
Dude, give me curtain jerking any fucking night the goddamn week.
That's what we said, because I remember Billy, your wife, Bubbles, was trying to put the card together, and she came up and she said, we got you guys on second, if that's okay. And we were like, yeah, that's totally fine, because she's like, because personally they wanted to put you on first, but I didn't want to, something like I didn't want to put you in that spot if you didn't want to. And I said, can we still be first? And she said, yeah, if you guys want to, I don't see why not. So we switched it. And we opened, and we were like, this is exactly what we wanted, because people don't understand down there. They think going in first is like I don't know. They treat the card like the later you are, the better your position is. And, you have to understand that if you're going to structure a wrestling show the way it should be done, save your hottest angle, hottest thing, whatever for the main event, give your second hottest guys, if you're not going to put them in the semi-main event, put them on first. And let the most exciting action start off your show and get people going and get people excited to set the pace for the rest of the show. 100%. And a lot of people don't follow that, and they don't understand that. But that's something that we were especially trying to give to Bill, was that you can't just throw these matches all out there and, you know, close your eyes and put them whatever order you want. Like, you gotta structure this in a way that makes sense.
Correct.
You can't have two comedy matches back to back.
Right.
Yep. And that's one thing from the last show we were at in was it October, November, one of those fucking shows. The last one where I actually had to go out there and cut the fucking promo before Dante came in there and fucking ragdogged me halfway across the goddamn ring.
Oh yeah, that was the Battle Royal. Yep.
Yeah.
That was.
Did you notice the difference from starting with a match and then starting with a fucking promo? The crowd was already fucking hyped up to see me get my ass beat from going out there and talking so much shit.
Absolutely.
So from that point on, they knew who the bad guys were. They knew who the fucking good guys were.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was in that show from start to fucking finish.
Yep.
Oh yeah, everybody. Go ahead.
And as Billy, I literally had a fucking fight and claw and fucking rip and tear to fucking get just fucking 2 minutes on the microphone at the beginning of the goddamn show.
Yep.
And it fucking worked. Like, I'm not saying start every show with a fucking promo with your biggest heel or biggest baby face, but if you're in a town that's dead as fuck, do it. Get them fucking into the fucking shit. And that's something Bill never fucking got.
I mean, and that's especially, you know, plays to Gary and I when we first started out there, because obviously we were two guys from New York. Gary was living in Florida, but I was still living in New York. And Gary had never wrestled outside of New York, and nobody knew who we were. We went out there. We had a tag match with a team that had a woman as their manager. They had her go out and cut a promo. I believe she was supposed to have a match against another woman, but the other her opponent didn't end up making it. So they had her go out there and cut a promo, and they told us, go out there and we want you to get heat on her name was Wendy. They're like, we want you to get heat on Wendy. And we're like, what? No, dude, we can't do that. Like, they're gonna kill us. And they're like, just trust me, just go do it. And we went out there. She had a pre-match promo. We went out there. We just ground and pound, like, you know, worked her around a little bit until our opponents came out and made the save. And man, they wanted to kill us that night in that building. That was our first show there. And just more shit like that. More establishing who the heels are, establishing who like the heroes of these stories are, because it also doesn't help that people are either turning face or turning heel at every show because they don't know how to get a balance of how many good guys do we need, how many bad guys do we need, where can we put them on the card. And that was a big thing, was that it was just so much throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks and not enough concrete plans in place to fall back on if need be.
And that's the one thing with me and Dark. Whenever we go to a promotion, we make it clear we are heels. That is our persona. That is what we do. And if you need us to turn babyface, we will. But when you have us coming in to establish ourselves, we are heels. We are the bad guys. Promote us as such, and we will promote your shit as such. Because I mean, it's so much easier to. Oh shit! Okay, that's why I hit this fucking laptop. Fuck this thing. That's. It just said it had a reboot, so fuck it. I'm done with that bitch tonight anyway.
Yeah, fuck that.
But it's like I've said before. Well, actually, Dusty used to say it, and I got it drilled in my head through training. Do not do shit you do not know how to do. And one thing Bill could not do is fucking put a show together properly. It was always left to Johnny. It was always left to Billy. And even with Billy, he'd come to me with some shit sometimes, like, hey, what do you think of this? Do you think you could fix this? Do you think this could be better? You know, shit like that. And we would have hours-long conversation going back and forth with shit. And we'd make it fucking amazing.
First thing I do whenever I get there is go to that table and watch Johnny's brain melt as he's trying to put a card together. That poor fucker.
Yep.
Nah, you just take him some Mexican. He'll be fine. A little bit of Mexican, and he's good to go.
No, I didn't just go to Draven that, you know, to ask his opinion.
Hold on. Stop.
Movie finger.
You're all fucked up.
Your audio's fucking up again.
All fucked up.
What?
Still fucked up.
Do you have your Wi-Fi turned on, Billy? If you turn that off, it might be trying to connect to the Wi-Fi in your house or something. If you have data, it might be easier to use.
There we go. I don't know what you did to your testicles, but hold them in place just like that. Don't move them.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit.
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Hell, I forgot what I was going to say now.
You said it wasn't just Draven that you went to.
Oh yeah, it wasn't just Draven that I went to. I went to Dante. I went to Gary. I went to Malachi. I went to Jay. I've been to Maddox, Johnny, and Jeremiah. You know, to get the locker room's perspective on things, because it's not just about putting matches on the card. If you don't keep your workers somewhat fucking happy,
right,
then you know what I mean? If they, how am I supposed to put this? If they don't feel the urge to go out there and put on the best damn performance they can put on, some people just ain't gonna go out there and do their best.
No.
Oh, I'm working him. Now I'm gonna give them 50%.
Well, and that's the biggest keys too, is that none of us really ever knew any sort of direction. I remember where we had 3 straight losses to Mel and to Jeremiah and JR, Big Daddy, and we were leading towards another match where I think if we were to lose again, we wouldn't be able to challenge for the titles anymore as long as they were champions. And we asked Bill, we said, what are the plans for this? Like, just so we know what to prepare for, because Gary and I had been talking about it, and we said, maybe if we lose this match, it's time that we split up and I turn face, because I enjoy being a face more than a heel, but I've also gotten really comfortable with it working down there. And we said, what about, we asked Bill, we're like, what about if we split up as a team? And he's like, well, why would you guys do that? And it's like, if we're not going to be getting the tag titles, and we're not going and again, it's not even about the titles. I obviously understand the responsibility that comes with being champion and you know, having to earn that. I'm not asking to be, you know, given that shit, but basically.
But it's the story. Like,
yes.
if you can't achieve a goal such as winning the tag titles, then what is the point of continuing to be a tag team?
Exactly. So we asked him, we said, what are the plans for this? Like, are we going to be winning the titles or not? It doesn't matter if we're not. We just need to know so that we have an idea for what we want to do. And he said, I'm not going to tell you my plans because I got something big planned for you guys. I got something big in store. And we're like, well, what does that mean? Because if we need to, like, if it's still going to lead to us splitting up, then we've got to, you know, we've got to plan this now. We've got to plant seeds. We've got to get the story going on it. And it was just, oh, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. And every time in the chat too, show would be coming up. He'd get a name from somewhere, whether it was American Giant or Dirty Dog or whoever. And he'd be like, oh, I got a big news coming, guys. Stay tuned. And it's like, well, why don't you tell us? Like, it's one thing to keep it from the fans. It's one thing to post about it on social media and like promote it like, oh, who's coming? What's going to happen? Stay tuned. But when you're doing that to your locker room, when you're doing that to your guys who are trying to put on the best show possible and trying to plan out long-term to give you stories, to give you things to do, it was just such a mind fuck to be like, well, I'm not telling you guys, but when you find out, you're going to be happy. You're going to be impressed. It's like, I appreciate the surprise. I appreciate, you know, the thought behind it, but it's not how you can run a business, and it's not good enough.
Yeah, no. When it comes to pro wrestling, especially when you're in the locker room, you don't really want any big surprises because you really want to know what not just next show is going on, but what the show after that's going to happen. And that was one thing with this company. After we did the match with me and Billy, we didn't really know where the hell we were going. All I knew was Dark was going to be coming at the next show. Next thing you know, it's going to be, you know, Jeremiah and Big Daddy versus the Forbidden Kingdom. And we're like, okay, so where do you want this to go? Do you want us to win this? Do you want, like, tell us what you want? And, you know, we weren't really given direction. So me and Billy basically sat down and was like, all right, so what if we did A, B, and it led to C? And Billy said, you know what? That works fine. Whatever. And it ended up being, if we win, we become number one contenders because the Hughes put out an open challenge or some shit like that, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following show, you know, we're all sitting there still trying to figure out what the finish is going to be. And Johnny's like, yeah, fuck it. Y'all are going to go over tonight, win the belts. Okay, cool. So what are we going to do after this? Well, I don't know.
Well, and another big example of that, and Billy, I'll let you tell this since it was your story to tell, but November 2022, when all that shit happened, the night you won the belt. I was to say, I don't know if you want to talk about that, but
yeah, we're talking.
Yeah. Let's Buddy Love. Cut off. Let's Buddy Love.
Do what?
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, cut off. Shoot promo. Buddy Love cut a shoot promo on Bill.
Wait, what the fuck is happening?
What?
Jesus Christ! Somehow I had one of my viewing screens volume on, so I was hearing it twice. I was all right, all good.
Yeah, Buddy Love, who was world champion at the time.
Okay.
Go ahead, Billy.
Yeah, he cut a shoot promo on Bill, and he was telling Bill about how he watched Bill pay, talent coming in, and he wouldn't pay the local guys, the one that's putting in the work every show. And it ain't about the money. If you in this to make money, you in it for the damn wrong reason, because there ain't money in it unless you hit big time.
Yeah,
no, you got a contract somewhere.
Yep.
The point was the respect. That was Buddy's point. And when he walked out, now I'm gonna tell y'all, July 20 to July 30th, 2022, my brother passed from an overdose.
Yep.
Now this is my second show back with WWE. I wrestled for him for a little bit, and then I quit. I retired. But this is my second show back with WWE. And he throws the world belt on me. He turns mine and Gary's match that night into a world title shot.
Yeah, Buddy leaves after the first match on the card, effectively vacating the championship. Billy and Gary are planning their match that they've had planned out for a couple weeks for the main event. And yeah, it gets dropped on you guys right before you go through the curtain. Not even right after this happened, knowing that they needed a new world champion crowned. Right after they walk out of the building, basically, he sits on this idea to have Gary and Billy's match turn into the world title match. And I remember, just because I was talking to Gary, he had no idea about this until, what was it, Billy? Right before you guys went through the curtain, he told you guys finally?
It was like 30 seconds right before we went through the curtain. Oh, we're putting the strap on Billy. Gary was originally supposed to go over that night.
By DQ, which made it even more challenging, because then the match was changed mid-match that it was no DQ and that there had to be a winner. So your whole finish that you had planned with the chair spot was then thrown out the window because you couldn't get disqualified that way. And so, yeah, that was a crazy story in and of itself.
Yeah, there's a term for that, and I know Dark hates this motherfucker with a passion. Anytime he gets brought up, it's fuck this guy. But Cornette has a saying for booking like that. It's called lazy booking. Yep. And that's all that was. He didn't know what the fuck he needed to do. He just know he needed a world champion by then. So, fuck it. They're the main event anyway. I don't care what the hell you got planned.
What's even better is when the tag titles were waiting to be reintroduced after the tag champions had walked out at that same time as well, or show afterwards, because there was another spot. But still, tag champions had walked out. He got whole new tag championships ordered, the ones that you hold right about now. And it was Jeremiah and JR taking on Gary and I for him. And they didn't want to see Bill didn't want to see us lose. So his idea of protecting us was, well, we'll have them win the titles by DQ, which I've never seen done anywhere ever.
I've seen it in story, like 95 WWF, but there was a reason behind it, because the champion kept getting himself intentionally disqualified.
If the stipulation is put in place, like I remember Christian Cage won the world title from Randy Orton, with the stipulation being if he got DQ'd, he would lose the title. But this was just a straight up match. It was our first time meeting. I'm not going to say that we deserved or earned anything, but I will say we were doing pretty well as heels at the time, as the top heel team, and it's the reintroduction of a title. And and listen, all respect and love to JR and Jeremiah. I'm glad that they were able to do that and be able to team together and be the father-son tag team champions. I thought that was awesome. But the story would have been bigger, in my opinion, had we won the titles and had them chase. Because his whole plan to protect us was, well, we're not going to have you guys get pinned. So we're going to have somebody else run out and cause you guys the DQ. You lose the match, they win the titles. And every match after that, it was no direction until we finally, like I said, stepped in, and then we were given a finish. And it was the best match we'd had. And they can attest to that as well. But, yeah, it's just shit like that because, you're really trying to build this story, make it a big deal. We got new tag team championships, and then the match ends in a DQ.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, Jeremiah literally just sent me a message to talk about that right before you started talking about it.
Hi, Jeremiah. You piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding.
That purple-haired fuck. No. It looks like we lost Billy for a minute because fucking connections. Well, let's get back on the whole Bill subject, and what really caused all this is, I think you put it best. We were just a bunch of fucking action figures, and we only got brought out to amuse him, and then once we were done, we just got thrown back. And if you're a promoter or a booker, and that's how you see talent, you are going to lose talent really fucking quickly. Let me make that clear. You're going to lose a lot of legitimate fucking talent very fucking quickly. Now, there's going to be some talent that are green as fuck, and I'm not saying anybody in the locker room is this. I think everybody in that locker room, was great and had their own reasons for being there and wanted to see this succeed because it was a small promotion. We're just trying to make it better.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But there's always those couple, and I can think of one right off the bat.
I think I know who you're thinking of.
Yeah, you know exactly who I'm thinking of.
Okay, cool. Cool.
That will, like, oh man, I'll never fucking leave. And, then, he's there for a couple shows and then he gets a fucking attitude and then he thinks he's top shit. And those are the talents that are fucking toxic. Those are a cancer in the locker room.
I think Billy left the call at the right time because I'm sure he would have had a lot more to say about that. But
well, I'm not putting names out on this.
No, I know. I'm just saying
because with this talent, it looks like I'm going to be doing some business with him in March. Unfortunately. Hey, there he is.
Sorry,
but yeah, it's turn off your fucking Wi-Fi.
I'm not on the fucking Wi-Fi.
Well, move your left testicle back to where it was, and everything will be fine. God.
Stop using all the data on the plan, Billy.
I know.
We only get 8 gigabytes a month.
I know, and it's after 9, so it's unlimited. Oh, shit. You might be a little too young for that one, Dante.
You just showed your age right there, my boy.
Yeah.
Well, I showed all our ages.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think I've said about my piece on it.
Yeah.
Bill's just a bitter-soured Mark who thought he can say and do whatever he wanted, and it wasn't going to get back to us. And I mean, fortunately for us, we found out everything. Unfortunately for him, because we found out, we got to come on here and talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, and what's unfortunate is the way that I found out. Go ahead. Sorry.
And well, the most unfortunate thing is that a lot of people who thought him to be some kind of saint is going to see really who he is as far as a booker and a promoter. Like,
yeah.
And if you're going to work for him, you need to understand exactly who the fuck you're getting in bed with.
Yeah.
So he's all, no, y'all go work at other promotions, get your name out there, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Stevie Chaos, good friend of mine. I've known him since I was 11, 12 years old. I'm 36 now. I can tell you how long. That's right, Stevie. That matter of fact, the night I put Stevie through a TV.
I know, dude. I still think you need to put that on a shirt. I'm just saying.
I do too. But Stevie called me and said, "Hey, man, my opponent pulled out. Is there any way you can come work me at New Wave in a street fight?" And I hesitated because I know that I was the face of Wiregrass Wrestling. You know,
mm-hmm.
I was the guy that when you saw me, you thought WWA.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You're 100% right.
And I hesitated, but I said, you know what? And I even talked to my wife about it. And she said, "Baby, you've known Stevie a long time. Don't do him like that."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "You know what? You're right, Stevie. I'm going to come work you tonight." Well, I told Bill, I said, "Hey, don't get mad at me. I'm going to work New Wave, one show. It was supposed to be a one-match deal."
Mm-hmm.
And I believe his words was, "Go do what the fuck you want to do. That's all you do any fucking way. All I do is stand in fucking people's way." And this motherfucker sent me a fucking, I'm talking about that damn, it was a half a book, y'all. I'm talking about this motherfucker just went off on me. And I said, God damn, everything I done did for you?
Yeah.
This is how you fucking treat me?
Right. And like you said, it was a one shot.
It was supposed to be a one-shot deal.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a one-shot
I
deal.
did
And then,
commercials
you know,
for
we
this
went back
motherfucker
February.
at Harley Davidson, at fucking the pawn shops. I did fucking, look, I went out of my way to help this motherfucker load up the goddamn ring at 1 o'clock in the goddamn morning for the show the following damn night. Or that night, I reckon it'd be.
Billy, don't get this misconstrued. We all know what you've done for WWA. It's not lost on us. I know just from September till now, you know, everything that you've done. We've had these talks, and I saw the commitment, and that's one of the things I loved was your commitment to the company. That was the one thing that pushed me into actually coming.
And what predates all of this too, because sorry. But I was going to say, what predates all this as well was you had asked about working Stevie after Gary had already reached out and said, well, you guys aren't running another show till February. Is it okay if I try to get my name out in other places? Because that's what we're trying to do in 2024. We got a lot of things coming up, and we're excited to get out there and look towards the future, make our brand even bigger, which is what Bill claimed he wanted us to do. Yes. And Gary asked, Bill said it was okay. I won't share personal messages between Bill and Gary because that's not my place. But if we ever have Gary on, he can talk about it because I'm sure he will. But Bill didn't even have the courage to say anything to him about how he felt about it. He left that to his wife because this was December 16th, 2023. I'm going to show you this as best I can. Gary says, I want to try to go dip my toes into another promotion like New Wave or something to be able to expand. She goes, you go and stick those Vienna sausages you call toes in another pond. Hope you have a, whatever the fuck that says, Kevlar. I don't know. I'm too young. I'm 23, man. I'm too young.
You have a Kevlar life jacket with black back plate. You just might catch a blade or two while swimming in that. You want to pull up a little bit in their pond. Enjoy your new branches. Yeah, I saw that post.
And that was about him coming to New Wave and the couple of wrestling promotions in Florida.
And that was just the tip of the iceberg. And that's what brings me here because personally, I have no problem with Bill Gamble, at least from anything he's said or done to me. I can get upset with his booking. I can get upset with not being paid. But again, I'm not. But at least at being offered pay and then not receiving it. Because again, we're all trying to make a living out of this. It's our dream. But what pisses me off is the fact that I had not even said anything publicly about this. I was going to let shit ride. Billy had said what he needed to say. Gary had said what he needed to say. But she then went on for days, and I am talking like 4 or 5 fucking days straight of just post after post after post, never mentioning any names, never saying anything that actually was worth a shit, just talking about, oh, the pieces of shit are gone, the 3 fat pieces of shit are gone, we're all fucking, oh, the shitter's not full anymore, all those flushed themselves out.
His wife.
What I want to know is what the fuck I've done or any of us have done to earn her disrespect, because what I found funny in one of those posts was the fact that she talked about the fact that we're all what makes this business so toxic. And we're just the worst kinds of fucking people to have in the locker room and in the business. What the fuck do you know about the wrestling business? Sitting there talking through our 10-bell salutes and laughing with your friends. Sitting there letting your kids run around in our ring with their muddy-ass feet. The ring that we wipe our feet to keep the mat fucking sacred for. That's what pisses me off.
Preach it, Pastor. Preach it.
No, she's just a bitter old cunt. Like, she's unfucking hinged. She flaps her jaws recklessly.
Because I've been nothing but nice to him. I've been nothing but nice to her. Nothing but nice to their kids. And there have been times where the kids have tried to come up and they've messed with the music and they've been getting in the way. And I don't say anything to them. And I don't discipline them because it's not my place. But at the same time, we're trying to run a business here. At the end of the day, that's what this is a business. And you need to learn when to keep them in line and when to keep them from messing up your own show. And that's where really this whole feeling of feeling like action figures comes from, is because it seems like we just get brought out to do a show for their family and entertain them. And it doesn't matter how many fans we have. It doesn't matter how much money we make. At least my family got to go out and have a good time. And this was not a selfish thing for you and yours to enjoy for your own benefit. We are trying to run a business. We are trying to promote ourselves as a brand. We are trying to have a platform to get better. And that's where this comes down to it all for me, is if you can't provide that, we will go elsewhere. And that's exactly what we're doing.
Agreed.
Let me, we're going to wrap this up, but let me just send this on a little bit of levity. Anybody else have any stuff they want to say before I get into?
Maddox hit me on something. Hold on.
All right.
And Billy, this kind of has something to do with you, so you can chime in on this. The topic of Bill's decision the night that Maddox faced Billy for the title, JR told him that Maddox was going over. Well, Bill went and changed it, so me and Billy didn't know what the finish was. Another thing, the whole locker room jumped shit. I don't know. I guess he's doing some fucking voice shit. There's not enough periods there. But yeah, let's talk about the switch to the finish.
He thought he was going over, and I thought I was going over, so we kept kicking out of each other's finisher.
Right.
I mean, it was kind of stupid.
Well, as long as one of them was a Cody cutter, everything was fine, because nobody stays down with one Cody cutter.
I actually took that last night. I took it last night from Project Brewington. Great guy. If you ever get a chance to work him, I highly recommend it. I'll tell you what, New Wave has been good to me thus far. And also, I would like to say NWA is coming to Dothan, and y'all need to check that out. It's at the Dothan Civic Center, March 2nd.
Unfortunately, I've already got plans on March 2nd, so I will not be able to go to NWA. But you keep me up to date on that. March 2nd is actually mine and my wife's 5-year wedding anniversary. So you want to go to Orlando and go play with Disney characters. So that's what we're doing.
Nice.
Yay! Yeah, but going back to New Wave real quick. Hey, Dark, we have an announcement.
Oh.
As of last week, January 27th, 2024, TFK will debut at New Wave Championship Wrestling. We will be in tag team action. We're still waiting to find out who we're going to be wrestling. But yeah, big things coming for TFK in 2024. Big things coming with New Wave. It seems this little bump in the road of WWA is just leading to bigger and better things. I've talked with Eric, who has been nothing but respectful to me and to Dark and to Rip. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to going up and working a promotion and not seeing all the fucking bullshit drama that has happened with WWA. But yeah, January 27th, we will be debuting.
And I'll do you one better, because on January... What's that? You're going to say the same thing?
Well, I was finna ask you, ain't you supposed to be going up there?
Well, as a matter of fact, I am. January 27th, 2024, you will see me. I think it's in Dothan, right?
It is in Dothan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wiregrass Mall.
New Wave Championship Wrestling. I'm going to fly my ass down from New York. I don't know who I'm facing yet, but I do hear a rumor that one Chris the Hitman Kane is without an opponent. So this isn't a challenge. This isn't a threat, but I will say if Chris Kane isn't busy and I'm not busy, let's get busy.
Don't you go in and call the motherfucker out. Shit.
I respect
shit. Call motherfucker out.
You know what, Chris? I'm going to call you out, because here's the thing. I respect your work. I've seen what you've done for well over a year now. Everywhere you've gone, DCCW, obviously right in my same locker room in WWA. I've seen the kind of talent that you have. I've seen the skills you possess, and I do want to put them to the test. And I've been wanting this match more than you know and more than anybody knows for a long time. I want to show y'all something the South has never seen. So January 27th, if the powers that be will allow it, I really do need to talk to Eric as well. I haven't told him I'm coming yet, but Eric, if this is your first time seeing it, I will be there. I will get a hold of you shortly. And January 27th, if the powers that be allow Dante Cavelli versus Chris the Hitman Kane. Buckle up, because it's going to be a hell of a match.
I love how Dante's just like, They don't know I'm coming yet, but I'm already booked in a fucking match. I'm calling your ass out, motherfuckers.
They asked me down. I haven't. I just booked the flights the other night and have not told him that I've got it booked. So I do have to tell him that.
I want to jump on that shit because he's still working on the card.
That might be important, bro.
I'm gonna message him right now. Messaging him on the air right now.
All right, good.
I got one to top that off.
All right.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
I got one to top that off, fellas.
Yeah.
You're coming out of the closet?
Cameron, I'm calling you out.
Oh shit.
Who?
Gary Cameron.
Gary Cameron, that's my boy. That's our boy, man. What are you talking about?
Hold on. Is that because I slammed his ass into a wall, beat him down with a chain, and then you lost later that night? Are you still holding your grudge because of that?
No.
Okay.
I heard he's been talking some smack, and we gonna get this straight.
Okay. Well, shit.
Can't confirm.
So I see y'all on the 27th at New Wave.
Billy, let me just go ahead and say this: that if it gets to a point where you're a little outnumbered, just throw out the king sign. We got your back.
Yes, well, hold on. Because I didn't think it was going to be this type of podcast tonight, but I will say Gary Cameron is my boy. So I know I said earlier I wasn't going to jump if I didn't need to, but when it comes to my brother, when it comes to my boy, I got his back. So you guys better take it a little easy calling out the modern day outlaw.
As long as the modern day outlaw keeps it mono, there should be no issue.
Knowing the guy for 4 years now, I can't promise that, but I would hope so, because honestly, Billy Sharp versus Gary Cameron sounds like a money match to me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys can do.
It does. It sounds like January 27th is going to be a really stacked card for New Wave.
It sure is.
Looking forward to that. We got one more bit of business to talk about tonight before we get off.
Lucky Charms?
Okay, two.
Okay.
No, it's these. The Wiregrass Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Championships. Now, in the original message, I said that I would do whatever I could to get these back to them, if that was the case. Now, here's the problem. You ain't ran your fucking mouth. And this ain't a work. This is a complete fucking shoot. If you want these fucking belts, message us and meet us at our front doors. Because as of this Wednesday, Dark will have one of them and I will have the other one. If you want them back, you got to come to our fucking doors and you got to accept whatever the fuck we got to say to you face to fucking face. Otherwise, you ain't going to see these fucking titles again. They will hang on his wall. They will hang on my fucking wall. Because I got a nice little spot right here ready to fucking hang the motherfucker up. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Dark, do you have anything further to say about that shit?
No.
Yeet into the box. Man, I don't have to carry those in my fucking bag anymore.
Thank y'all for having us on here tonight.
Yeah, guys, I've enjoyed the shit out of this.
It's been a pleasure. I hope to be back on very soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna have everybody back on soon. We'll probably do something after the 27th New Wave and just get everybody back on, and we'll probably go over that stuff.
So since I did, is this your outro?
I'm trying to get Dark to unfreeze.
Oh, okay.
He's
very
twitching.
still. He's very
okay.
Very stealthy.
Dark, you anything further to say before I plug all the in shit?
No, Dante, do you have one more thing?
Lucky Charms, what is it? I did such a good job of remembering. You got to tell me what's up.
Fuck. Oh, yeah, Billy, I'm gonna bring Lucky Charms, and if you need them, I will fucking slam your face into them again. I'll bring milk this time, so we're not gonna die.
Billy went
myself a good little dinner in the locker room.
Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you pick up the merch. We have TFK shit. I have more TFK shit. More TFK shit.
We can't.
Heal shit. Streamlabs. Merch.
I want heal shit.
Yeah.
Bring it 47.
It is all at fucking cost. We are not making a fucking dime off this shit. Streamlabs merch. Find it. Here, descriptions, wherever the fuck Dark puts it. Tuesday night, Della will be returning for WIW.
Oh shit.
We have a lot to fucking talk about on a both personal and professional level. We have talking shit coming up with Thump Dupree. He was not on last week, so I'm sure he has plenty to fucking say, not only about the Epstein case, but hopefully about Home fucking Depot, because goddamn, those stories are amazing.
Yes, they are.
And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you turn in January 14th when we have the biggest interview to date. We will have GCW's own Shane Mercer on for a good fucking bit. So any questions you want for Shane to answer, any comments, anything like that, send them into the email, send them into the Streamlabs chat, and we'll get them to there. But yeah, looking forward to that. And we have one more major surprise. We're waiting for it to get confirmed before we actually announce it. But it's even bigger than Shane Mercer. Did I miss anything?
Sounds hot.
Sounds all right to me. So, all right.
Fuck Bill Gamble.
Yeah, fuck Bill Gamble. Hashtag fuck Bill Gamble. Get that shit going on social media.
So, for Draven Grimes.
Hold on. Bill, if you made it this far. No, Bill, not Billy. Bill. If you made it this far in the podcast, just know, anybody that ever fucking does business with you, we find out about it, we're going to let them know exactly who the fuck you are and what the fuck you're about. You're not going to be a toxic fucking piece in our fucking business that we've spent years building up to try to make something respectable. I sincerely hope you rot in fucking hell. I sincerely hope your fucking wife's fucking jaw falls off from fucking mouth cancer. And both of y'all fucking just ride on to the sunset and fucking lay in fucking toxic waste. I'm good.
That's heel shit. All right. So, I want to thank our guests, Dante and Billy. For Draven Grimes, I'm Dark Cordz. This has been heel shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. See you next time.